Hi, this is Henry, and the question of the day is to be single or not to be single. Now, that is a question, and what a question. Being single is a choice. For some, have you ever had a friend who got a divorce and she said, I am never going to do this again. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to put myself through this ever. I always like to say never. And then 4 months later, you get a wedding invite and you're like, oh, okay, guess I'll go. So you go to the wedding, it's beautiful, there's free food, there's free drinks, and I am totally all about the free food and free drinks, especially when I was single. So you see the beautiful bride and say, congratulations, I'm so happy for you. I thought you said you weren't going to get married again. And she looks at you with those loving eyes and says, but I fell in love, and he's the most wonderful guy in the universe. And you take a deep breath and you go, oh, well, great. I'm so happy for you. Where's the bar? Things like that just happen. Challenging is a word that we use in many things. Life can be challenging. Marriage is a challenge, single jobs, families, lots of challenging moments in our life. But being single can be a challenge to pay the rent, to have food on the table. But did I like being single? Heck yeah, I did. I loved being single. My poor husband, after our first year of being married, I don't know how many times he had to hear me go, oh, I miss my apartment. Oh, but I love you. Because I did love him. I gave up that happy part of my single life to marry him. And I'm so thankful I did. Best thing I could have ever have done. Now, I'm not crazy about the word responsibilities, but who in the heck wants responsibilities? But the good thing about being single is you are only responsible for yourself. No children, no husband. Now, of course, if you have a pet, you're responsible for the pet. But then you have the single parent, and God bless the single parent. They're marvelous. They're magnificent. And yes, I have friends who are single parents, and they are doing amazing. Where I would have struggled, I really believe I would have succeeded, but I would have struggled because that's really tough. Being a parent alone is tough, but being a single parent, wow. Congratulations to you. Give yourself a party, pat yourself on the back, go buy yourself something because that has really got to be tough. But I did love being single. And why is the first year hard? Because it was for me. No, this was my second marriage. The first year of marriage was so hard because I had gotten into my own ways. I had my responsibilities of taking care of myself and just myself. It made me feel like my life was complete. If I wanted to sleep in late on the weekends, I could. If I wanted to clean my house, I could. But I always did. I'm kind of a neat freak. But anyway, just those little things. Now, on the downside of all of this, I was kind of broke all the time. I just remember living literally paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. Wait, I'm still broke. Oh well, some things never change. But if you don't have that problem, guess what? You have a new best friend. Her name is Henry, right here. Send me an email. You can buy me dinner for all the lack of food that I had in my house because literally I hardly ever had food in my house when I was single. But you know what? I did survive and it was okay. So, the good thing about not having food in the house was everyone thought I was in such good shape and thin. Nope. Maybe that could be a new diet. No food in the house. Wonder if I could market that. Well, I don't know. Anyway, being broke made me appreciate my little paycheck. I don't know how I did it, but I did. I guess when you're in that time line of your life where things are tough. You just do it. You have no other choice. But you do, and guess what? You survive. Now, I do have to admit, I did spoil myself a little. I had the choice to buy some of that rough, really rough toilet paper or buy the expensive one that my mom used to have in our house. Well, I did choose to buy the expensive one. I felt as though I was worth it. I know that's probably TMI. But anyway, let's talk about dating when you're single. Now that's another whoa. That can be so much fun. It's kind of a scary thing to go on a date. There's so many options now on how to meet people on our so many apps and friends of a friend, and sometimes it's really great and sometimes not so much. I hated when I was infatuated with someone due to his looks or his charm, and they turned out to be a real jerk. How many of you have met that person? Or she was a jerk. Can women be jerks? Yeah, I think so. But I would prefer honesty. And if someone said, "Hey, I'd like to take you out, but I'm a little tight on cash," I'd go, "Hey, totally understand." Of course, most importantly, I start thinking about that. The thing that you really need to worry about is make sure that these people that you choose to date, woman, man, whoever, whatever, aren't wanted in 7 counties. And hopefully they do have a job. But those are important things to think about. And now you can find out so much on the internet to see who their great 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 grandfather was if you're that into digging about this person, like their past and what they've done. But dating is about wanting to be accepted by another in hopes that they could be the one. Even if it is a second or third or fourth time around, we want them and just to accept us for who we are with our quirks. My husband has accepted me for my quirks, and we've been together a long time. And he still keeps me around. Yay! Anyway, needing them to know that you don't expect them to do anything, just be themselves as you will be yourself. My advice to you is get to know the person for a while before you really start planning weddings. Being friends first has its pluses because you get to know them as a person and then you could become their lover. The good thing is that you have your house or your apartment. And if you want someone to have a sleepover, wink, wink, when you're ready, you can have that sleepover. And the only people that'll be talking about the sleepover, unless you're the type that posted on any of the social media, will be your neighbors. And who cares what they think? You only see them when you take out the trash. Oh, you don't have food in your house. You might want to let them know, oh, I haven't gone to the grocery store, and hopefully they can pick up a 6-pack or a cheap bottle of wine and bring some cheese and crackers so you'll have something to eat. But most importantly, you'll have time to do something that's been around for a gazillion years. Conversation. You'll be able to talk and get to know this person. Talking is the best thing, not texting, talking. And I don't know how many people actually talk on the phone as much as we used to back in the day. But when you go on this date, just remember you're not going to go to Vegas to fly over there and get married within the first 24 hours. It's just a date. If you really feel that he's less than a great personality, like maybe your friend said, let them down gently, but let them know that you wouldn't mind going out again on a friendly basis in about 10 to 15 years or so. Or you could just get to know him. Who knows? He could be the one. Sometimes it takes more than one night to really get to know someone. We always have choices to make in life. And if we prefer to be alone and we're happy, then so be it. Life's too short, as I like to say, to wonder about if you should have gone out with him or her because you don't know. You don't know if this is going to work out or not. Try not to wonder too much and stop looking for Mr. Perfect. They are non existent. Love life. Don't mope around because you have chosen to be alone. Be happy with your choice and what you have accomplished and never look back, only look forward to your life of being single or perhaps someday with that special someone. And if he doesn't come tomorrow or the next week, you just never know. He may be right in front of you, or he may be your neighbor that looks at you go when you take your trash. Who knows? But don't mope around. Life is too short, like I said. You're going to survive if you're single. You will get through it. Don't sit around. Start living and start living now. Go do something for yourself. Why? Because you deserve it. Why? Because you're amazing. Because you're marvelous. And you got to remember, you are deserving of happiness, be it alone or with someone. I hope you enjoyed all of my opinions and have a great remainder of your day. And don't forget to find your blessings. They're out there.